And welcome back to the TV5 Morning News on this Monday morning. Tracy Marchron joins us now, and she has us working with clay, making clay critters, right?
Yes, clay critters for the garden, or if you have a plant that needs a little decoration. And I save clay by using a little bit of tin foil. So you can see their bellies are all a little chubby, and the way that you don't have to waste your clay is to scrumple up a piece of tin foil into a ball.
So instead of having that whole thing be clay,
makes them lighter weight, and it makes it so that you can conserve the clay and use it for other things rather than wasting it. Kind of tight, actually, because it's going to mush more when you are pressing the clay onto it. And then I took a thicker gauge wire than the stuff that I normally use, and straightened that out, and then you want to pierce the bottom of that. Now be careful, Wayne. Don't want you hurting your hand or anything, but
I have hurt myself in the past.
You have. Well, a combination of wire and pliers are not good for you. And then if you don't have any thick gauge wire, you could cut this part out of a coat hanger wire, and that will also work good as a stake.
I almost put that into my finger, too.
Yeah, I knew you were going to do something like that. Yeah. And then after you've done that, you have to warm the clay. So the clay comes in a block like this. It's really solid. It's really hard to squeeze.
Yeah, you can't do much with clay when you first
so you have to hold it in your hand for a while and work it back and forth to soften it. You can put it in your back pocket or a shirt pocket, and your body heat will help warm that up.
Can you warm it up in like a microwave or something?
Absolutely not. No. Don't use the oven or microwave, because this is oven clay, so it is going to harden as it gets in the oven or into that type of heat. I've never tried it in the microwave. I would be afraid to try it in the microwave. I use a pasta maker, and that also softens it quickly. If you just run the block through that, you will get a nice sheet of clay. And for this particular project, that's kind of what you want, is a nice thin piece of clay. And then you just can begin wrapping that around that ball that you made with the tin foil. It's okay to have some bumps. That kind of gives it character. And then just cover that whole tin foil ball with clay. So I'll let you finish doing that. Smooth all of the lines to that so that you don't have those overlapping pieces. And then with a thinner gauge wire, you can make yourself a little pair of wings. If you're making the dragonfly, then a double pair of wings. The ladybug doesn't have any wings, it just has the dots. And
so that's why you gave me this one, because it's easier?
Yes, that's the easiest one out of the three. And then with a little bit of black clay, I'll start pulling little pieces off and rolling those into balls that I can smush onto that ladybug to make the little dots. And then you also will use a piece of black to roll that into a head. And then I like the idea, you can go with no eyes, or you can poke little holes for eyes, but I have lots and lots of beads. So I liked the idea of using the glass beads so that when the sunlight hits it, their little eyes shine.
A little sparkle.
Yeah, it brings them to life a little bit. And then also out of the smaller gauge wire, you can make a little V and then take a pair of pliers, and I'll do this part, don't worry.
Careful.
And curl a little antenna for each insect. And that kind of adds a little whimsy to it, too. Once they're baked, follow the instructions on the block of clay. I believe it's 275, and it depends on how big your item is. For something like this, we're talking about 10-15 minutes. Don't mess with it when you first take it out of the oven. I drilled a little block of wood with lots of size holes so that I can put that right in there and put it in the oven without that having to be laid on its side. You always use an old cookie sheet. You can see this has been used many times for clay. But don't mess with that. When it's done baking, take it out, set it down, and don't be tempted to adjust the wings or adjust the antennas, because you will crack the clay until it's completely cooled.
How long do you want to wait for it to cool, though?
Well, just touch it, and if it's still warm, don't touch it. Don't mess with it. Don't try to adjust anything. If it feels cold to the touch, you're ready to adjust wings and antennas and things like that.
We've only got a few seconds left. Anything coming up at Between Friends in the next couple of days?
Friday night we have the focus group, which is for mature audiences. It's improv comedy, and then Saturday night we have an 18-piece big band orchestra. So music to dance to. And
that's at 39 Center Street. What should people call ahead to get tickets? Can they get tickets at the door?
Yeah, they could call to reserve a place. That would be a good idea.
Okay, 989-7100 over there.